x-axis, y-axis, this is the y-axis, and this is the x-axis. Now we are going to take time to the x-axis, and velocity to the y-axis. So it become a velocity time graph, right? X-axis to the time, velocity to the y-axis, then this become a velocity time graph. Now in this velocity time graph, Puta, we have to represent an acceleration. Then මේ velocity time graph එකේ මට පෙන්වන්න වෙලා තියෙන්නේ acceleration එක. Right? So you may remember in a velocity time graph I taught you 3 shapes. මම ඔයාලට velocity time graph එකක හැඩ තුනක් ඇන්දා. මතක ඇති. මෙහෙම එකයි, මෙහෙම එකයි, මෙහෙම එකයි. හැඩ තුනයි. ඔය හැඩ තුන එක එක විදියට join වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එක එක විදියට connect වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක වෙන කතාවක්. කොහොම හරි හැඩ තුනයි තිබ්බේ. නේද? So Rantuli, you tell me what is represented, what kind of motion is represented by this shape number 1. What kind of motion is represented?
Acceleration.
Very good. Acceleration or uniform acceleration. Second one, Yanuka. Second one, Yanuka.
Uniform velocity.
Uniform velocity. Very good. Third one, Dasiti. Third one, Dasiti. Dasiti signal problem එකක් තියෙනවනේ. ඒක හදා ගන්න පුළුවන් නම් මාර වටිනවා Dasiti හොඳේ. Right. Then Rumaya. Rumaya. Sorry?
Deceleration.
Deceleration. Very good. Acceleration. තුන් දෙනාම හොඳයි. හොඳට උත්තර දුන්නා. Acceleration, uniform velocity, deceleration. Now this is an acceleration no. දැන් මේක acceleration එක යන්නේ. එතකොට ළමයි acceleration එකක් පෙන්වන්නේ මේ වගේ graph line එකකින්. එහෙනම් උත්තරේ ෂුවර් එකට මේ වගේ graph line එකක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. Right. ඒක මතක තියාගන්න. උත්තරයට එන්නේ මේ වගේ graph line එකක් කියන එක මතක තියාගන්න. Now here acceleration is increased from 10 to 25, not from 0, 10 to 25. So let me mark the coordinates here, numbers here. I start with the 0, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Time 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So now what happens here? Velocity is increased from 10 to 25. 10 to 25. Now the initial velocity 10, final velocity 25. That means at the fifth second, velocity become 25. Neither. පස්වෙනි second එකේදී velocity එක 25. Now the graph line must be a one like this. ඕන් ඔය වගේ graph line එකක් එන්න ඕනේ. 10 ඉඳන් 25ට velocity එක වැඩි වෙලා. තප්පර 5කදී. So this is an acceleration. මේ වගේ graph line එකක් ආවොත් acceleration එකක් කියලා දන්නවා. This is the answer. Now please raise your hand those who got this answer. ගෙදරදී මේ ප්‍රශ්නට උත්තර ලියලා මේ answer එක ගත්ත අය අත උස්සන්න. We have to find the displacement. Now we have to write it like this. මෙන්න මේමයි displacement එක හොයන්නේ. This is the way of finding the displacement using a velocity time graph. This is the way of finding the displacement using a velocity time graph. Right? So what you should write? In a velocity time graph, in a velocity time graph, displacement equals to area covered by the graph line, right? You have to write this. මේක ලියන්න ඕනේ. ඔයා. මොකද්ද ලියන්න ඕනේ? In a velocity time graph, right? In a velocity time graph, displacement equals to area covered by the graph line. Then you have to find the area. This is the area covered by the graph line. Metin, this is the area covered by the graph line. Metin, මේක තමයි graph line එකෙන් cover වෙන area එක. So you have to find this area. Once you found this area, you get the displacement, right? Now this is a trapezium, right? This is not a triangle. Make a triangle එකක් නෙවෙයි, right? This is not a triangle. This is a trapezium. So you have to find the area of the trapezium. Or instead of that, you can consider this as a triangle and a rectangle. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔයාලට මේක consider කරන්න පුළුවන් triangle එකකුයි rectangle එකකුයි කියලා. Right? එහෙම consider කරලා ඔයාලට වෙන වෙනම හොයන්න පුළුවන්. You have to find the area of the triangle, then you have to find the area of the rectangle. Right? So Savindu, can you hear me පුතා? සවින්ද්‍ර මාව ඇහෙනවද? Right. So we can't hear you clearly. I hope you can hear me clearly. Please be concentrate to the lesson. පාඩමට අවධානය යොමු කරලා වැඩ ටික කරගෙන යන්න. Right. So I consider this as a trapezium because that's easy for me. මම හිතනවා මේක trapezium එකක් කියලා. Right? Do you know the equation to find the area of a trapezium? Rantuli, can you tell me? Do you know the equation to find the area of a trapezium? Trapezium එක area එක වෙන equation එක ඔයා දන්නවද?
Half into a plus b into h.
Half into sum of the two parallel lines into perpendicular height. නේද? half into half into sum of the two parallel lines. ඒ මොකද්ද? මේ තියෙන parallel line දෙකද? මෙන්න මේක එකක්. මේක එකක්. මේ තියෙන අනිත් එක. Sum of the two parallel lines. මේ තියෙන sum of the two parallel lines. Parallel lines දෙකේ එකතුව. Sum of the two parallel lines. From here to here, 10 plus 10 plus this one from here to here, that is 25. Sum of the two parallel lines, 10 plus 25 into perpendicular height. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ parallel line දෙක අතර perpendicular height එක. කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේකනේ. Parallel line දෙක අතර perpendicular height එක. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේක. Right? That is 5 into 5. So half into 10 plus 25, 35 into 5. Right? Then you can multiply 35 by 5. Right? So the answer 175 divided by 2. 175 divided by 2. So what is the answer? 16යි 15ට 14යි 87 7.5 meters. 87.5 meters. Now please raise your hand those who got this answer.